currently, I'm a partner or a founder in 3 different companies. We have a cookie shop called Blueprint Cookies that's been open for about 3 years, and we have 3 locations corporate. And we just started with franchising last month, and we already signed on 2 big franchisees that each bought 10 stores. So that's amazing. And
congratulations.
Thank you. And then I'm finally my dream of owning my very own donut shop with my name. And I'm the CEO and founder of it, Maxed Out Donuts. I just mentioned to you as well today we passed the final building inspection. It's just honestly it's a dream come true. It's everything that I've been striving for the last like 4 to 5 years. And it's been 16 months to get to this point. We literally signed the lease back in like August of, last year, August of last year. So it's literally been, like 16 months. It's unbelievable. It's a 2nd generation kitchen. I've never heard of anything taking this long, but it's been one challenge after the other. And it was a big learning curve for me. And even though I've been a partner in several other things and opened up several restaurants and hotels throughout my career. And the last one, I have a consulting company because for the last like 4 years or 5 years, I've been consulting and traveling all over the world, which is just a blessing and an amazing just career kind of path. That's just, it wasn't planned. It just fell on my lap. It shows that, hard work and getting yourself out there, it really pays off. People notice, especially today with, so many different avenues of getting out there. You have to take advantage of every one of them. But yeah, I guess I should have started also with the fact that I have been a pastry chef for now 29 years, a professional pastry chef. But I did start in the U.S. Air Force, when I was 18, and I spent the 4-year term in there learning and doing amazing things in the Air Force, becoming a man there, and got married very young. That was kind of like the best option for me because I had a child at a very young age, and they had the health benefits. So I don't regret it, but I became a man there. They literally taught me how to iron my clothes, and I had never done that. And just get to work on time and be the last person to leave, and just very good structure. And also a very tough structure, being in the military. She was very sick, and we had to Baker act her over and over again. And she was in a very, very sad and just lost world of her own, So she just got worse and worse through all the years of getting Baker acted and locked up because people didn't understand her, and things like, like the police beat her up once because they thought she was just misbehaving when she was having a manic episode, and stuck her in jail. And she got into fights with people because they thought she was acting out, and she was just sick. And she was very, very sick. It wasn't like a little minor light version of these things. Like there's different levels of it, and she had the worst. And I'm speaking in past tense with her because about 3 years ago now, she overdosed and passed away at 24. And then it was just before spending a week with her, trying to get her to go to rehab. She had started doing drugs to cope with self-medication. A lot of times people will get these kind of mental illnesses by using drugs. It wasn't the case with her. She got it from a traumatic experience and already had the sickness and started using, excess of alcohol and some other, who knows, everything else under the sun at the end of her life, just to self-medicate herself, to not feel the pain that she was in. And I can totally relate, because when that happened, I was like completely lost. And then literally 5 days later, my dad passed away in my arms, and he died in my arms. And I saw his last like into his eyes while he took his last breath. It was just bad. That whole thing, I spiraled out of control and started like turning towards alcohol. And I think a lot of it had to do with what my daughter was doing. I had never done anything like lost control the way that I did with alcohol like that. Even though chefs have a pretty wild lifestyle, I won't say I was a saint, but I never lost control like I did in that moment. And it took over me. And all I could do was honestly think like, I want to drink myself to death. I just did not want to wake up. And I kept doing that. And I persisted to do that for about, I don't know, a little over a year, maybe 2 years. And everything was falling apart. Things didn't work out. And they made sure that I was enforced with my non-compete. So, you know, I could have whined in the corner, and this was before I lost my daughter. Could have whined in my corner and been like, oh, you guys screwed me over, blah, blah, blah. This is terrible. But it actually fueled the fire under me. And I became so determined that this is what I was going to make happen. And now fast forward it's been like 4 to 5 years since I left that company, and I'm opening my own shop, you know, so it's just a dream come true. It's really amazing. And that was a really difficult time in my life, but absolutely nothing compared to what I went through those 2 years or so after losing my daughter and dad. But that was a really difficult experience too, because I was very trusting, and I went in, and I can just say to everybody, make sure that you before entering into any partnership legally, that you have a lawyer check everything, because people are not looking out for your best interests. They're only looking out for themselves. And if they can get one over on you, they will. And it happens every day, everywhere. And so, you know, I left, and it was honestly the best thing that ever happened to me in my life. I thought it was a really difficult time, and it ended up being the best possible thing. If that would never have happened to me, I would not be doing what I am doing today. I would not have amazing partners in a cookie shop. I wouldn't have even thought of opening a cookie shop. And with partners that actually love me and care about me, I'm not just a business partner, I'm actually like family. And we just signed on, like I said, 20 locations to start building next year. So that's phenomenal and amazing. And that business has been making money since the first week that we opened it. They're all doing amazing. I have a great name. I do a great product. So I have amazing business partners. They've taught me so much. And then on top of that, I would have never traveled all over the world making a ridiculous amount of money and having enough money now to open up my own donor shop as the CEO. So I got that taste of like, you know, I want to be my own boss. I'll never work for anybody again. And let's put it like, you know, let's be real about it. I just don't like taking orders either. So I could never work for anyone again. Like, honestly, I would rather, if I lost everything right now, if I went bankrupt for some reason, I would hustle on the street corner, selling my product, making it out of my house until I had enough to buy a food truck. And then I would open up my own place again. It would never go and work for someone again. It would not happen. There's too many opportunities and avenues of doing things now right from home.